Okay. Hi, guys. We're about as live as we're going to get. It's not quite time. I need to adjust this. Sorry. It's not quite time. Too far. Okay. It's not quite time, but I thought I'd come on early so I could kind of get everything adjust on time so that dynamic. Sorry, guys. I need to be able to see and I need to make sure my camera's, I'm fighting with that at the moment. There we go. I think I got it. Hi. I am totally ready, except I forgot the candle that I dedicated after mine blew up. I'm going to get that started. Hang on one sec. You want to be sure you have your candle and lantern, candle or lantern, or your incense we made, or excuse me, I'm trying to get my chair up, or whatever it is that you're using as your oomph, your spell power. You want to be sure you have that going when we are working on this. Don't have to have it going for your daily gratitudes, but you do want to have it going for your, your work when you're doing your work on this. Why we That's why we did it. We did it so that we'd have a little extra magic help when we were doing our work. So yeah. Anyway, how's everybody doing? I'm doing good. I know we're early, so I'm not starting yet. I'm just getting everything ready and adjusted and all that good stuff. I'm very excited though, because all of those people who said, what if you don't know what you need to do or what you want to do or any of that, all those answers are going to come to you after this next exercise. So that's exciting. I'm so looking forward to that. Checking my drawers. This is not a desk. This is an old-fashioned sewing table. I have two. I have one that's wooden. This one that I'm using now is a little desk. And then I have one that is just the metal frame from a old Singer pedal sewing machine. It's a wrought iron frame, and I have that out in my little garden area, my altar area. So I have two sewing tables, and I try to utilize both. Actually have a piece of board here, pretty gray board, that's going to go on my metal frame outside for a tabletop. So I can use that for a little altar area when I'm out there. So that's exciting. Can't wait. Excuse me. So I hope everyone's had a good week. My week was really good. Worked really hard getting my witchy room together. I'm so excited. It's coming together very well. I've got my hutch in here for all my herb jars. I got all my jars and all my herbs. I just have to start putting those together. And my little oil cupboards are both in here. So I got those going. Um, I learned a new, I use magical powder anyway, but I didn't use it the way I learned to use it. So I'm excited about doing that video because I'm going to get to show you guys something that's new. So I'm excited about that. The moving stuff on storage has just been a pain in the rumpus, and we've got to have it out by next weekend because we're trying to not have to pay for another month. So we're working on that. But I was going to tell you, My son came to visit yesterday. My son came to visit and he told me I could give my good news. My daughter-in-law told me I could give my good news today. So I get to do that. I can't wait. I can't wait for so many things. It is quiet in here. I see some people watching. One of them, I'm sure, is my famous lurker. Hi there. But you guys can talk to me, can say stuff. I'm here. And I'm trying to wait for everyone else to get here before we start. I don't want to start early. What is that? Oh. And so, I was going to tell, well, no, I'll wait for people to get here for that one too. Dag nabbit? I should have waited a little longer. I'm anxious. I'm excited and anxious and ready. I have so much going on and I'm so busy every day. And so I get scatterbrained. You would laugh at me. I have my journal, which I put everything in. And then I have a to-do list that's miles long. And then I have my planning book. And then I have my house witchcraft book. That's the one we talked about where I do the wards and, the strewing of my herbs around the property for protection and remind myself of when I did them so I can look back on that and try to stay steady with every 3 months. And so I have so many notes and papers and books and things like that. It's insane. I just cleaned my window and there was a big piece of paper towel still stuck on it. So I grabbed that right quick. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm actually just trying to wait until all the people doing this program get in here. And if they don't come on time, because I did start early, then we'll go ahead and start and they can watch back. That's the beauty of recording. They get to do it at their leisure. And that's the important thing, is that we all do it at our own pace, because, just because I can get it ready quickly doesn't mean Jane Doe can get it ready quickly. And maybe John Doe doesn't get it ready until even 2 or 3 weeks after that. So the cool thing about the recordings is that everybody can do this program at their own space, at their own pace. Hi, guys. Hi. Oh my gosh, it's my Jemisi. Emma Karen. Hi, Karen. How you doing? Hi, Jemisi. It's so good to see you guys. I'm glad you came. Yay. I've been talking to myself for about 15 minutes. It's insane. I hope everybody's had a really good New Year so far. Yay, Karen, a day off. That helps. Well, I'm glad you chose to spend it with me. That's neat. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Day offs are amazing, aren't they? I took a day off today from laundry. And I'm drinking some nice cold lemonade, fresh made. I made it the other day. My son-in-law brought home a bunch of lemons, and I was going to make lemon chicken, and I never got around to it. And then I was going to make lemon rosemary chicken, and I didn't get around to it. So I finally decided I was going to juice them up because they were going to go bad. And I didn't want them to go bad, and I'd rather drink lemonade than lose the lemons. So I ended up not doing any of the adventurous things I had planned and just made lemonade. Hi, Sonia. How you doing, sweetheart? Good you're here. Yay. Everyone's coming in. I have been working on my witchy room. We went this weekend and got loads from the storage. So I got my hutch. My herbal hutch is here. All of my jars are here. All of my herbs are here. I got my my little oil cupboards. One is for essential oil, and the other one is for the oils I make. Love oil, return to sender oil, return to meat oil, vanishing oil, death oil, all those. And so I got that covered here now. Yay. Next weekend, by next weekend, I will have my desk. Oh, I'm so grateful for that. And then I will have, let's see, what else is there in there? Oh, my bookcase, which I need desperately because I have boxes of books and nowhere to put them. And there's a couple other things in there that I'll be getting. So my room will be almost complete as far as furniture goes. And then it goes into unpacking. Oh, I love cod on the grill with lemon and rosemary. I love cod. Can't do much to it I'm not happy with. You haven't gotten any of your own adventurous ideas done yet either. Good. It's good to know I'm not alone because I'll tell you. I'm going to do a video today about the magical powders that I have learned. Oh, goodness gracious. I wonder why that happened. Oh, I got a message and it vibrated my phone. Sorry about that. On TV from bed, love you and everyone. Love you too, Ricky. Glad you're here. I hope you get your oil soon. I totally lost my train of thought. My phone fell and it scared me and I lost complete train of thought. Oh, well, I guess it must not have been important if I can't even remember what I was saying. So I do have some good news I want to share, but I've got a couple of minutes yet till everyone knew we were starting to be here because I want to be sure I get to share it in front of everybody. It is not good news. It's amazing news. Amazing news. Yeah. I have a dear friend. Her name is Jody. She is the sweetest thing. And we've been friends, I guess, for like 2 or 3 years now. And we've never met in person. We're Facebook friends. I was talking about powders. Thank you. Thank you, Hennessy. Okay. Let me go back to that in just a second. My friend Jody is having a baby, and she wanted a girl so bad because she has, I believe it's 3 boys. And she wanted a girl and wanted a girl and wanted a girl. And I knew she was having a girl. I don't know how I knew, but then she found out and it was a girl. So her baby is due the 30th of this month. So that's I call her my grandchild. And her name is beautiful, Helena. Helena Margarita. Isn't that beautiful? Beautiful name. Anyway, powders, back to the powders. I learned a new way to utilize them. And I've never talked about magic powders on my channel. And I was thinking, man, I don't think I've ever done a video about magic powders. So I'm going to do a video today about magic powders, how to make them and how to use them. Because they're really powerful and it's just that added oomph. It brings you some air and some earth to your spells. If it's a spell where you're using oils, you've kind of got your water representation there with the oil, and you've got your fire representation with the candles that are around you. Or if you're using a candle for a candle spell, then you've got that as well. So you can have all 4 in one spell with magical powders, and it's a neat new way of using it. I mean, it's not a new way. It's definitely not a new way, but it's a way I just recently learned. So, yeah, going to do a video on that and share that with you guys this afternoon at some point. I hope. I will probably do the video today. I don't know that I'll get it uploaded today because I upload from my phone now and it takes forever. That'll be awesome. I have a small hoard of powders that I get dumped at times when you use them. Awesome. Awesome. So this will help. I'm so excited. Yay. Good idea, Candy. So glad. So glad. Okay, guys, it is 1:01, so we might as well get started. I am really excited about today because today is the day that all the questions are answered. So if you've followed so far and done your dream sheet or I don't like that word, sorry, your true life sheet, that was the one where we wrote out what our life looks like from the sheet of the important categories of life. So if you've done those, You're totally ready to move on. And if you haven't, you will. You'll get to them. And this is what you do next. This is when you get the answers. Heather, who I don't see here today. So Heather had said, what if you don't know what you need to do or what you want to do? And I told her it would all be answered. Well, today is the day you find those answers. Today you get to know what it is you need to do or want to do. And you may say, how do I know what I want to do? How's that going to come to me? Well, you've written out this goal sheet or this truth sheet, this true life sheet. And you know exactly what it is you want to be living like. What you want physically, what you want emotionally, what you want psychologically, and what are the others? Let me see. Socially and lifestyle wise. Anyway, you've got all 7 categories in here if you've done it that way. So once you've done that, you pretty much know what you need. It's just you don't know yet how to put it together. So I'm going to show you right now. So what you're going to do, let me put that away. Okay. So you've done your sheet with your lifestyles and the things that you need to do or improve. And then you did your dream sheet, your true life sheet. Sorry, I keep saying that and I'm pissing myself off. Your true life sheet. Once you've done that, you take your true life sheet and you read each category, each line, and know that it came from here. So I'm going to use mine as an example. Mine says, in my clean home. That tells me I want my home to be cleaner. I want to be more on my home. So I wrote down on my goals for my clean home. Where's it at? My first thing there, my goal is cleaning routine. I need a cleaning routine that is set up for this house because I haven't had complete control over my own house in a while. So, it's getting back in that groove. So I need a cleaning routine. So I'm looking at my list though. Okay, I need a cleaning routine. So I wrote it on my list. That's top of my list is cleaning routine. I'm just going to keep going because I don't want to confuse you. So the next thing I have is I have curtains on all the windows. That tells me I want some curtains. So I write curtains down. And then next to that, I write, what do I need to get curtains in all my rooms? Well, I need a job or I need to sell something because you can't get curtains without financial means. And then there's, on a lot of these things that you need to buy or have a job to do, I put Facebook because Facebook has many things on it at a less cost. And I forgot to put it on curtains, but yeah, Facebook. Next on my list, so I wrote curtains dash. I'm going to show you. One side. Curtains dash job, sell something, and then, oh, I wrote it on the wrong one, Facebook. Anyway, I'm going to write it on that one too because I need to. Facebook. Okay, FB for Facebook. Okay, then I go back to this list. I have a working washer and dryer, but also a clothesline because I like hanging clothes. So I look up here. The next thing is a dryer. I need a dryer because I have a washer and it works really well. Love my washer. It's old school and that's why I love it. They get the clothes clean and they don't register your weight and how long, and it's either a super heavy or a light. I love old washers. So I need a dryer. How am I going to get a dryer? Well, I need a job. I need to sell something, or I need to look on Facebook. Both ways. I would look on Facebook. So, marketplace. So dryer is my next thing on my list. Next it says, are you understanding what I'm saying? Going really slow, but I want to be sure everybody gets it. So the next thing is Clothesline. Talk to Daryl. That's what mine says, my landlord. So I have to talk to Daryl to make sure that I can actually put up a real clothesline, because right now I've just got a rope from the tree to the fence. It works. It's working, but it's not a clothesline. So talk to Daryl. I skipped. In my clean home full of plants. I wondered why that was right there and I didn't talk about it. So my home is full of plants, so I know I want plants. Blood! How are you, darling? I didn't see you. Bless your heart, I didn't realize you were there. I'm so happy you're here. Thank you. Thank you for coming by. Oh, I just love Blood X. He is great. If you guys do not follow Blood X, you are missing something. He is a great guy. He puts on a great show. He lets everybody kind of mingle and unite. You make a ton of friends. You have so much fun. He's extremely entertaining. I love you to pieces. I'm glad you're here. Now she does. Oh, Bud, I'm so excited. Thank you for coming. You're such a doll. How have you been? What have you been up to? How's your new year? Tell me, tell me. I'm so excited you're here. Pow, he says. That was neat. Totally caught me off guard. Doggone it. Knocked my phone over. Okay. I love you to pieces. I'm so glad you're here. Okay, so the plants are a job, sell something, or snippings from other people, or Facebook. You can look for plants on Facebook. I'm going to try to speed this up a little. The next thing I wrote was, we have fires and wine often. So for fires, I put job, sell, or gather, because I have lots of firewood around me and I gather it. I'd like to buy a ton and just kind of have it sit in the yard so when I need it, it's there and I don't have to go digging. But so I put job. Wine, obviously, you need a job for some wine. Our yard is well manicured, so I put mower or lawn care. I have to be able to do both of those. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Blood. I used to have really bad problems with my sciatic nerve, and when I lost all my weight, the 200 pounds, it took that away. I don't know why it took it away or what the thing was. There was pressure, I guess, on it, and that went away. But I know that pain. I've had it. It's terrible, and I'm so sorry to hear that. I am doing great. I'm doing fabulous. Everything is so awesome and coming together in my life, and the move was terrific, and our new home is perfect. We live in the middle of the woods. It's kind of neat. We're in a community. There are other houses, but we're in the woods, and I just love it. So I'm doing great. It's so good to see you here. I'm so excited that you're here. So I put mower or lawn care. Again, you need a job. Weed whacker, I need a job. So I'm going to stop here on my list right quick, just for a little bit, and ask you if you get the gist of what I'm saying. You're going to go through that true life sheet that you've written, how perfect your life would be if everything was everything. And then you're going to write down each thing that's new and what you need to obtain it. Okay? So I'm just going to go real quickly here. I'm going to number these so I can just go through it and I don't have to say every one to you, because I don't want to keep you on here for like 3 hours. And I want to have some time to visit because I miss you guys. And 18, 19, 20. Good Lord, I had a lot. 22, 24, 27 altogether. Good Lord. Anyway, so I listed them all, and I'm just going to go through that instead of reading the whole true life thing. So cleaning, I need a routine. Curtains, I need a job or to sell something, or Facebook. Plants, snippets from other people. I can find them in the wild. I found a palm across the street and down. It's a dirt road and it's just kind of living out in the wild. I'm thinking of pulling that and bringing it home. Dryer, Facebook, job, or sell something. Well, Facebook is regardless because, of course, we're going to go to Facebook Marketplace first when we're looking for something used. A clothesline, I'm going to talk to Daryl. Firewood, I need a job, sell something, gather firewood. Wine, I need a job. Mower, lawn care, job. Weed whacker, job. You get what's going on here? Chairs, job, Facebook. Bookcases, job, Facebook. Piano. Yes, I'd like to have a piano. So what's going on is I'm looking down my list and I'm going, wow, 27 things, and like 18 of them. Sorry, my neighbor was yelling. I thought someone was here. Oh, no worries, Michelle. I hope everything's okay, honey. I love you. So out of the 28 things that I got from my True Life sheet and wrote what I needed to get those, out of 27 things, I've got like 16 or 17, maybe 18 that say job. So what do you guys think my number one goal should be? It's obvious. I need to get a job. So that's the first thing on my goal sheet is get a job. We're not done, so don't get carried away. The next thing that repeats itself over and over, I need a job. Exactly, Karen. The next thing that repeats itself over and over for me is dedication and routine. So that was next on my sheet, dedication and routine. Next is selling things. And so I put sell things. I have lots of things I don't have to keep, but I do things. I heal long distance. I do spells for other people. I make oils. I do powders. I do herbal sachets and incenses. So it immediately came to mind Etsy. So mine says, sell things. Where is it at? Sell things, Etsy, question mark. Just a thought I had. So that's there too. The next thing that came up that was big for me is clothes that fit, exercise, and journal time. So exercise to me needs to be on there with routine. So that's another big one. So I put exercise on there. And then the last thing that came up a few times was trust. We talked about this, me having some trust issues. So I put trust on there. Now I am done with this sheet of all these things. Believe it or not, you're done with it now. You don't need it anymore. So I'm going to put it in my pile of my other sheet that I'm keeping together, which is the actual goals from each thing, the True Life explanation, and now the oh, I am sorry. I lied to you. I continued on the other side. Good Lord. 29. Give me a second. Oh my God, I have 41 things, 42 things. No, 41. Sorry. Okay. Good Lord. Trust, routine, dedication, job, dedication, job. So it's basically the same. I didn't lose any goals there. It's basically the same. So that sheet goes with the other sheet, and I'm basically done with that. Now, what I got from this completely. Hi, Leanne. Hi, guys. what I got from this, please hit my like button if you're in here, if you would, you guys. I'd really appreciate it. Are these things here. I need a job. I need dedication and routines. I need to sell things with a question mark for an Etsy shop. I need exercise and I need trust. I need to work on my trust. Okay. Now the fun comes. It gets exciting now. So I'm going to use the same sheet. You can use a different sheet. You can do it however you want to. But I'm going to write at the top here, job. Job is obviously the number one thing I need. So I just wrote it at the top, job. Under that, why don't I have a job? Okay. I need my marriage certificate. And I am still working on that, although I will be honest, with the move and everything else, I kind of put it on hold. So marriage certificate. Because you cannot get a valid ID in the state of Texas without it. So I need my marriage certificate. You need your marriage certificate, birth certificate, 3 pieces of mail at your address with your name on it, and one of them must be a bill. And then you have to have your money. So I'll need $25. That'll be next. To get a job, I need my marriage certificate. I need $25. And I need a vehicle, but my daughter would be quite willing to give me rides. So that's probably really the majority of what I need to get a job. So I'm going to leave that alone. We're going to come back to it. Next, I'm going to write dedication / routine. I noticed that Karen said her biggest problem was procrastination. Procrastination. I sound like Sean Connery. Procrastination is a big one for me. I put things off until I can't put them off anymore. Sorry, just catching up on the chat. Didn't mean to just shut up and be silent there. Dedication and routine. So I'm going to underline that. When you procrastinate, you're not having dedication. You're not really fully dedicated to that thing, whatever that thing is. So you've got to find a way to motivate yourself to be dedicated to that thing. Yeah, me too, Kimber. I am a procrastinator. I really am. I should have had my stuff in this room ready by like 10 o'clock this morning, but I sat outside journaling from 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock and did nothing, drank coffee. Not to say that wasn't okay, because it is okay. I didn't harm anything by doing that, but I kind of let myself down because that's not what I had planned. So I let myself down a little and I procrastinated. So when you do that, when you procrastinate, you feel bad about yourself. So you have to do one of 2 things when you're procrastinating. You have to accept that about yourself. No, they don't, Michelle. You're very right. You have to accept about yourself that you're going to procrastinate, so just don't leave it undone. Or you have to just accept that to the point that it's okay that I procrastinate now and then. If it's not something super important, it's okay that I procrastinate now and then. You may not be the kind of person who wants to have a strict morning routine or a strict evening routine if you're a procrastinator, because you're going to let yourself down and you don't want to set yourself up to fail while you're doing it. Do not set yourself up to fail. Know your limits, and that's where the self-work comes in. Journal about it. Figure it out. Write it down. Write, why do I do this? These are the reasons why I do this. How can I solve this? This is the best way to solve the first reason. This is the best way to solve the second reason. All that kind of stuff. Oh, ours. Okay, Michelle. Our procrastination. So it's self-work. That's basically what you're doing to get past procrastination. You're just trying to understand yourself. You're not trying to change your entire world. You're just trying to understand, why do I do this? And do you do it to a point that it's interrupting your life? we can do that. We can procrastinate going to a doctor's appointment until that doctor doesn't want to see you anymore because you've missed so many appointments. Now that's dangerous procrastination. But if you're just a procrastinator who doesn't do the dishes first thing in the morning or right after dinner, um, you're not harming anything terrible. So stop beating yourself up and just accept that you're a procrastinator. If it comes to having a routine and you're a procrastinator, you just have to decide how important it is. How important is it to you? Because if it's really important to you, you're gonna find a way to make it work. But if it's not important, you're setting yourself up to fail. If you can't make it like a number one thing in your life, don't set yourself up to fail. The last thing you want to do is start feeling bad about yourself. So try to learn how to accept that you're a procrastinator and work around it and work with it. But don't beat yourself up. That's a terrible thing to do. Okay, so back to me. Back to me, only because I'm leading by example here. Dedication and routine is the next thing I need to work on. Well, I'm pretty good at routines once I get them down, but I suck at them until I don't. Yeah, don't set yourself up to fail. That's no way to do a New Year's resolution setup or changing your life kind of thing. If you set yourself up to fail, you're just wasting your time. So just accept it about yourself. I'm pretty good at a routine once I get into it, but I will be honest, I need a little card reminder. I wrote my routine down yesterday. I woke up this morning and I grabbed my little paper and I looked at it. Sounds silly, but I did. I went to the restroom, I came back and I read my little routine and I did it. I took my medication, I went and washed my face, I brushed my teeth, I did step by step what I need to do in the morning, right along with having my coffee. I went all the way to straightening up my room, uh, live at 1 o'clock. I need to do the dishes this afternoon. There's only like three things, but I don't like a messy kitchen. I need to clean my counters off. All this stuff is on a to do list. Will I get it all done? Probably not, but I've got it. I know I need to do it. And what I don't do today, I know I can move to the other side of the list and add to and do tomorrow. I'm not going to beat myself up. I'm going to do my best, and that's all I can do. I can only do my best. So, back to the routine, if you make yourself a little note reminder, believe it or not, it may sound silly, you can just look at it when you wake up, sit on the side of the bed, go to the restroom, come back, read your routine for the morning. When the day is done, you finish dinner, and you've got a routine set up for after dinner, go pick up your little piece of paper and go by what it says. Now, I know it sounds really grammar schoolish, but if you do this for, say, 4 or 5 days, it's going to become a habit. And you may have to use it as a reminder, but I really doubt you will. After 4 or 5 days, you'll probably know exactly what you need to be doing. But check back with it, look in your journal and check that routine you wrote down and make sure you're doing it all the time, exactly what you should be doing. And if you're not, why? Don't beat yourself up. There's a reason you're not. So go back and change it. Change it so you don't feel like you're failing. Obviously, I'm having trouble remembering to wash my face every morning like it's some important thing, so it must not be important. I'm going to take that off. Now I don't feel like I'm letting myself down. So then I'm going to skip right over that and go from taking my medications to brushing my teeth. And then I'll go on and do the rest of my daily thing. If you do it that way, you're just accepting about yourself. Remember I told you in the beginning, it is going to change and evolve as you go because you're going to realize there are things you can stick to and there are things you just don't want to. And that's okay. It's okay to change it. It's all right. You're not hurting anybody and you're not letting yourself down to change it. But do it consciously. Change it consciously. Know why you're doing it. I'm doing this because I can't seem to stick to it. And I don't want to let myself down, so I'm just going to take that off. Okay, dedication routine. So to the dedication routine, what do I need to do? I need a list for AM and PM. I do really well with to-do lists. To-do lists. To dedicate myself, I need to care more about what it is I'm doing and stop beating myself up when I let it slide because it's not as important as I thought, and just review my goals. So, how can I say that? I'm just going to say review goals. That's where dedication comes from, having the right goal. And if you're setting something up that you're not continually going, let it go. Okay, what do we forget? She put out a list of daily cleaning and stuff you can get emails every day. Where'd we go? I made a bedtime, morning, daily magical self-care routine on Pinterest. Oh, awesome. There you go. There you go. Leanne is going to lead by example. That's great. You can you share your can you share that link on here, Leanne, please? Let me see where we're at. Structure. You can't spell procrastination without pro. Very true, Leanne. Okay, I don't know if I missed something, so tell me. I used to follow flylady.com. She put out a list of daily cleaning and stuff you can get emails every day. Okay, Sonia, I used to go there too, but you know what? I found it was too rigid for me. It was too strict. I like my house clean, and I'm not a fanatic, but I like my house structured and clean. But I found that Fly Lady was just really too structured for me, too rigid for me, and I had to go back over and review my goals all the time. And I kept feeling like I was letting myself down because she's got such good, she's on it. I bet her house is spotless. So I had a hard time with that. But if it works for you, please use it. And if you haven't tried it, please do. Thank you so much, Leanne. Thank you for sharing that. I'm going to write it down right quick, guys. Give me just one sec. .ca/tarot226 .ca/tarot dash no 22 slash. Okay. Sorry, I just wanted to have that written down. Now somebody else said something else. Hang on. Oh, okay. I'm going to write that down too. Glamour and self-care, beauty, love, board. Awesome. This is awesome. We're sharing with each other, and I love it. I love it. We're coming together to be in a community. Once you have a kid, forget about house cleaning. I try, but I have a miniature Tasmanian devil. I so understand, Kimber. I have 4. I get it. I do get it. Oh, nice. Nice, Leanne. For witches and then for self-care for the body parts individually. I love that. I'm a graphic person. I'm doing the work visually. I totally understand that. I totally do. Okay, so for dedication and routine, I need to have a list for the morning and evening. I need to have to-do lists because that's just how I work best. And I need to review my goals when it comes to dedication. I'm gonna write dedication next to that so I know what I'm saying. Okay, the next thing, is sell things. And for some reason, when I wrote that on my list here, Etsy popped into my head. The reason it popped into my head is because I have been thinking very seriously about opening a Etsy shop. Um, and I've been going to ask you guys what you guys thought about that. If you thought it would even go over well, you know, the oils and the powders and the sachets and doing spells for others and tarot readings. I just don't know how well it would do with the time and dedication you'd have to put forth. So I don't know. I'm going to leave that open, and I'm going to put a question mark next to it because I'm not too sure. So other than that, sell things. I right now I'm bringing all kinds of stuff from storage and going through it. And I can be making a pile of things that we don't need that we can sell. So I'm going to write, go through everything, because that's what I can do. I can't just, instead of saying this box goes in the garage and move it over, I can actually go through it and see if there's stuff in there that I can sell. So that's one thing I'm going to do. And then I'm going to put up here eBay. My husband used to literally make a living on eBay. So I'm going to put that up there, and I'm going to put a question mark there too. So those are the things I can do for sell things. Oh, marketplace. I'm going to put marketplace up there too. Marketplace. Marketplace is great. I love it. Okay. The next thing on my list is exercise. Am I going too fast, you guys? It doesn't work in Word. There you go, Leanne. Watch it back. Etsy's great, but very competitive, so it takes work. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just not sure I want to, I don't know. I've been thinking of that for my jewelry, etc., but need to figure out postage costs and so on. Yeah, postage isn't too bad if you're not going outside the US. So what I used to do was barter, and I'm going to do a video on bartering. I think bartering for the witchy community is amazing because we can exchange things with one another, that you're going to benefit from something of mine and I'm going to benefit from something of yours. And the only cost there's going to be for it is the cost of shipping. And if you're shipping to me and I'm shipping to you, we're both breaking even. Do you understand what I mean? You're not paying me for something. You're sending me something. So you're paying the cost for your send, and I'm paying the cost for my send. Therefore, we're already paying for the item. But as far as because of shipping, but bartering is really good for the witchy community. I don't want to get into this. I'm going to do a video on it. I'm going to let it go now. Okay. The next thing on my list is exercise. So I'm going to write that up at the top here. And I'm going to draw a line under it because it's important, and that's my heading. I've been thinking that. Oh, key to life is imagination. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay, so for exercise, I know my number one thing I need is dedication. And guess what else? I just need to do it. Nike says, just do it. So what would help me just do it? Well, oh, Ricky, yay! Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. Take it. Take it. I don't know how much pain you're in, but when I'm in a lot of pain, I take 3. It only comes in half of the dropper. It doesn't fill it up. And I take 3 half droppers when I'm really in pain. You cannot OD on CBD oil, first of all. You cannot get high. So if you're in a lot of pain right now, take 3 of those puppies. I'm telling you, within 10 or 15 minutes, you're going to feel so much better. So much better. Oh, my Lord, let me know how it goes. Good. Good. Oh, Ricky, I'm so happy. I'm so happy for you. Oh, I'm so excited. Drink something after. He does, Kimber. I use it too. I use it every day. It's really changed my life. It really, really honestly has changed my life. Okay. Okay, Ricky, do it. I'm telling you, take 3. Okay, so just do it. How can I make myself just do it? We're not going to go there. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Trust. The next one on my list is trust. How can I work on trust? I need to forgive. Excuse me. I know for me, I need to forgive. And I told you that my trust issues stemmed back to childhood, and they do. Um, no need to get into all that gravy, but I know I need to forgive, and that's probably my biggest thing. So that's what I'm going to focus on for trust, and I'm going to let that be there, and I'm going to go back to the front of my list now to job. Getting rid of this part because I don't need it. Okay, so your list is going to look like this. Camera candy. Job, marriage certificate, $25. Dedication routine. Can't read backwards. List for the AM and PM, a to-do list, and review my goals for dedication. Sell things, Etsy ? Go through everything, I think that says. eBay ? And marketplace. For exercise, dedication, and just do it. And then trust, forgive. Okay, now is when we get to decide what to do first. This is where you actually get started. This is the part where you actually get started. Oh, thank you so much, Kimber. I have my white candle going too. I keep a white candle going for healing for all of my YouTube friends, all of my family. When I light it every morning, I ask for healing for everyone who's in pain that I am acquainted with or know. And I do that every day. So just so you know, that candle is going as well. So job. The first thing I put was marriage certificate. Okay, now we're going to break it down. What do I need for a marriage certificate? Well, I need $25. And I need to just do it. I found out how to do it without fighting anymore. I've paid for this twice, just so you know. I've paid for this marriage certificate twice. I'm a dumbass and didn't keep the receipt the first time. The second time I paid it to somebody who shouldn't have got it, and they'll return it when they get around to it. So now I know who to send it to. Otherwise, I would be putting here $25 and fight with them over where to get my license from. So now I know I need the $25 to do my marriage certificate. And then it says $25 for my driver's license. How will I get that? Well, the only thing I can do is sell something because I can't get a job without it, or borrow it. Okay? So I'm going to work off this example alone. Put it over here so we can see it. Okay, so job. Candy, you're getting out of camera. There we go. Job, I need a marriage certificate. How will I get that marriage certificate? Well, I need $25 and I need to just do it. For the $25 for the driver's license, I'm obviously going to have to sell something or borrow it. Guess what? Now I'm going to break it down again. How am I going to get that $25 for my marriage license? Well, I'm going to break that down to sell something or borrow it. The other one doesn't need to be broke down. It's broke down as far as it can get. I need to sell something or borrow it. And The just do it means I need to do this. What do I need to do to get that $25? For each thing, I need to sell something for 50, or I need to borrow $50. Now, if I wanted to break that down more, I could. I could break that down more because it says sell something, borrow it. Okay, I'm going to break it down. What can I sell right now that's worth $50? I don't know because I haven't got all my stuff here. But you can see what I'm saying about breaking down goals until they're so nothing, you can get it done in a day. That's what we're going to do. We're going to break this down. So sell something means to figure out what I can sell. Well, I actually do have something I could probably get $50 for. And it's an impulse massager. It's the kind that works off it stimulates the muscles, and it's for your back, for back pain. I could probably sell that for $50. So I'm going to put it on here. Impulse massager is something I could sell for $50. The borrow it, I should probably put who I can talk to borrow that money from. Okay, let me see. I have some awesome ideas. Sell your manifestation, how to on Etsy, complete with the process and list. You could sell it via email, how to electronically. You could advertise it on IG and YouTube because this is worth more than $50. Great idea. Sell my powder. That's another thing I could do, Karen. Yes. Wow, Kimber, what a compliment. Thank you so much for that. Thanks for the faith in me. Yes. How do you eat an elephant? Bite by bite. So true. Or my oils. Exactly. I could sell those things. But for an immediate thing, I know that I have this impulse massager and it's actually worth $500. I doubt I would ever get what it's worth, but I bet I could get $50 to get my driver's license and my marriage certificate. So that's a good one to list. And borrow it, I should probably put names of people who I think I might be able to approach to borrow $50 if I'm going to do that. The thing is, right at this moment, I don't think I'm going to approach anyone about borrowing it until I see if I can't sell that massager. So I have already broke this down from get a job to answering that. I forgot something on get a job. Go do it. Because once you get that driver's license and marriage license, Candy, and you have your no excuse for not working, then the only thing left you've got is go do it, apply. And I've broken it down till it's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. I've broken it down. I can get my driver's license now. It's totally doable. It's completely figured out. I don't have to worry or stress over it anymore. That's my plan. Heather said she wanted to know, how do you find a plan? How do you know what you want to do? Now you know what you want to do. The only thing I can do right now is sell that massager. That's the number one goal. So guess what? I'm going to have a new sheet of paper and it's going to say number one goal. I have it somewhere. I have a sheet of paper, but I'm going to take a new one out. It's going to say on it, goals. My number one goal is sell the massager. I know the first thing I need to do for the rest of my life to reach that true life list. All I need to do to start is sell that massager. So that's my number one goal. Next, we're going to go to the next thing. So dedication and routine. I need my list for AM and PM. I need my to-do list because that's how I work best. And I need to review my goals for dedication each time it happens. I'm gonna go back now and see where we're at on the chat real quick. Yes, sell the massager. You can see it on Facebook to someone with a decent profile. And if they live near you, you could have them pick it up and it would save you money on shipping. Yes, I'm thinking about Marketplace. I think that's probably going to be the best thing because I have it in my area. Also, planning in public with your self-care even solidifies everything. Planning in public. I don't know what you mean. You mean like sharing it with everyone makes you accountable? Is that what you mean? Yeah, exactly. Sorry about that. Got a phone call. Yes, Marketplace. And yeah, check and make sure they're not shady. So I have my number one goal. So we're going to go back to the list right quick. When we're done, we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 number one goals. We're going to have 5 number one goals. Out of this entire list of stuff that I wrote that I needed to do, I will have 5 number one goals, and they will get me from here to there if I do them. You see what I'm saying? They'll get me from here to there. Will they evolve and change every time I complete one? Will it evolve and change to the next step? Of course it will. I told you in the beginning, it's going to evolve and it's going to change with you. But it gives you that where to start. It tells you exactly where you're going, where you want to be, and how to get there. And that's what I promised you. I promised you that. So we're doing that. It's so true. The sharing makes you accountable. Yes, let go as well, Karen. Yes, sharing makes you accountable. Tell everybody you can tell. My new goal is to walk Rosie every afternoon after dinner. If you tell everybody that and then you don't walk Rosie every afternoon after dinner, you're not just letting yourself down. You're making everybody go, I'm not doing that. You see that? She's not even doing it. You're making yourself accountable. And it's a good thing to make yourself accountable. Very good thing. Okay. So that was my number one goal. We're back to dedication and routine. I need a list for the AM and I need a list for the PM. Well, what can I do to obtain a list for the AM and a list for the PM? Take the time to do it. Just do that. Take the time to do it. Dedicate that time to yourself. You're dedicating self time to work on this. Use that self time to work on that. So when you're writing out your goals, write your routine down. Do the same. It's a goal, so write down your routine. A to-do list. What can I do for that? Well, I keep one daily. Keep it daily. And the reason that I haven't been lately, and this is a goal for me, is because I haven't had my own actual space to, it's terrible to say that. My son would have let me do anything, but it's weird when it's not exactly your space. You don't feel empowered to just kind of take the reins in a household and do what you want. Even though I had total permission to do so, it's different. It's just different. So anyway, keep a to-do list daily. I know that that's what I need to do. Review goals and dedication when I falter. And I'm going to do that because I don't want to let myself down. Letting myself down is just going to make me feel bad and make me feel like I set myself up to fail. And I don't want to do that. So I'm not going to let myself falter. I'm going to stick with that and review my goals. So basically, a list for AM and PM, take the time to do it. To-do list, keep it daily. Review goals, dedication when I falter. Okay, so for a to-do list, take the time to do it. I really can't break that down any further. I need to take the time to do it today, to do AM PM list, which I've already done. So on my list, I can mark that out. I don't need that anymore. I already did my list when I put this together. To-do list says keep daily. Well, guess what? If it's something I have to do daily, where should that go? into my routine. Into routine. So now I need to change my little routine paper to include making a daily list. Then review goals and dedication whenever I falter. Well, there's nothing I can do to that. I just need to remind myself when I start falling off the wagon, there's a reason I'm falling off the wagon. It's not working for me. Don't beat myself up. Just stop, go back to the goal sheets, which will be in my journal, and rework it so that it works for me. So as far as dedication and routine goes, every bit of it breaks down to routine. So I'm going to put here, number 2 goal, keep a routine. Remember, if your routine is not working for you, rework it. Rework it. Don't beat yourself up. Are you sharing a room with someone, Candy? No, I lived with my son and his wife and my daughter and her husband and my husband and myself. And then my son and his wife got divorced. And then I lived with my son, my daughter, my son-in-law, and my husband. But when things went down and the house had to be sold due to divorce and that kind of thing, we decided to go our own way because we couldn't find a house that would literally rent to 5 people, 6 people. Oh, I thought my phone was going to fall. So we decided that my daughter, her husband, so my daughter, my son-in-law, and my husband would get a house together. And my son has met a beautiful woman that I'm going to share something with you in a few minutes about. And they have moved in together and have their own place with her daughter. She has a beautiful daughter, my grandchild. That's what I call her because she's mine. And they all have their own house. So it's not like we're sharing a room. We're literally sharing the house with someone. So it's a 4-bedroom house. I have my witchy room. We have a spare room. My daughter and son-in-law have their room, and my husband and I have our room. And it works out perfect. And that's how we lived before, same way, 4-bedroom, witchy room, the whole 9 yards. So that's kind of my living situation. And I love it. It's comfortable. And I feel like it's my house because nobody's here all day. It's kind of my house and I take care of it. So it works out really well. And it gives me that feeling of owning something that's yours. So I do share the house with my daughter and my son-in-law, but it's kind of up to me how it works out because they're just never here. They work all the time. So it's my house. It's all mine. Okay, so keep a routine would have been my second goal. So now I have 2 goals on here. Sell the massager and keep a routine. If I keep a routine, I will obviously get my to-do list done. So that's good. Now we're on to number 3. Sell things. This one's going to be hard for me. I don't know about Etsy. I can't even really give that a whole lot of thought right now because we're still moving stuff out of storage. Our house is not put together and I don't have time to dedicate to that. Go through everything that I can do. I can go through it all as I bring it in and decide what I can sell. eBay, I'm going to leave that a question mark and wide open because if I can't sell it on Marketplace, eBay is a good place to go. And then, of course, Marketplace, I'm going to star that one because that one's. So this is what my sell things ends up looking like. Oops, get it in the camera. There we go. Etsy question mark. Not going to do that right now. That's going to go on a back burner. Go through everything. Of course, I can do that. eBay with a lineup to everything because I don't know if I'll have to sell it on eBay or not. I'm going to hit up Marketplace first, which is why there's a star by Marketplace. Okay, so that's set there. So basically then my third goal looks to me like it's go through everything. So I guess it wasn't nearly as hard as I thought it'd be, was it? See what I mean about it? It seems like it would be really hard when you're talking to someone about doing this type of thing, but it's really not. It look how far we've come, and we're really almost done. I haven't even taken my notes out yet. I just did the work and I'm passing it on. I hope I'm not totally floundering. Anyway, exercise is my next one. Dedication. We talked about dedication. And I think for my dedication, we were going to review it if I faltered and leave it at that. So I'm going to mark out dedication and then just do it. Okay, to just do it, what do I need to do? Okay, the number one thing I need to do for me is look at it like I'm not doing it for me. I know that sounds silly, but it's a fact. I have to look at it like it's not because I need to exercise. Because if I think of it like I need to exercise, I'm setting myself up to fail. It's one of those things that's going to sit in the back and I'm going to procrastinate with every time. I'm not going to do it. But estimated time it would take for each elephant bite too. Yes, you can. Yes, you can, Marge. How long do you give you? We're not quite come up yet, but we do that in it. So the exercise, to break it down for me, it has to be not for me. So my answer to that is my number 4 goal is take a walk after dinner or in the evening, whatever works for Rosie. Rosie has some bad hips. She needs to walk. She needs to get more exercise. When we're out in this yard, it's huge. She has plenty of room to run, but guess what? She won't. She hurt. She's old. So she won't run, but she will take a walk with mom. She loves to take a walk with mom. So if I take a walk every day for Rosie so that Rosie gets better, so that Rosie's not hurting so badly, so that she's getting her exercise, I'm going to get my exercise too. It's a good excuse, and I'm not doing it for myself and setting myself up to fail, and that's the best thing I can do. So that is my number 4 goal. Take a walk for Rosie after dinner. So that one's done. I'm forgetting to mark these out, and that's the funnest part. That's the funnest part, is being done with it, right? Getting to check it off your list because you finished with it. Okay, the next one is trust. I'm going to come back to trust. No, not the last one. Trust. That's going to be a hard one for me, and I'm going to be honest about it. Walking Rosie is exercise. Exactly, Michelle. But I won't look at it like that. See, I'll think I'm just taking care of Rosie. I have to fool myself. It's just the way it is. I'll let myself down, but I won't let Rosie down. Especially if I do it 4 or 5 days in a row and she starts counting on it. She knows after a certain time. You know, dogs know when, she knows when my daughter is supposed to be home from work. And she'll go out to the driveway and kind of lay there waiting for her. She'll know if I do it a few days in a row that at that time of day we take a walk. So I would have to let Rosie down to not do it. And I don't have it in me to let Rosie down. Rosie is my life, and I could never do that to her. So I know me, I will do it, and I'll get that exercise. And Rosie will be a happy, healthier girl for it. So that works for me really well. The next one's difficult, and I'm going to just not get super personal, and not because I don't want to share. It has nothing to do with that. Honestly, I don't mind sharing, but it's I don't want it to come across as some kind of like a little sob story or something. I had amazing parents. My parents were absolutely amazing. I knew I was loved. I was taken care of. I was coddled. I was overprotected sometimes, but I I was very much loved, and I knew it. I never had a doubt. I have other family that was extremely abusive to me. My sisters and brothers, not all of my sisters and brothers, But some of my sisters and brothers were extremely cruel. My father was not, and that I had been spoiled because I was third, the youngest child, and that I had been spoiled too much, and that my dad was kind of no good. A few of them felt like he was just a no good guy because he had heart disease and couldn't work, so they thought it was an excuse. And so I kind of took a bruising for that. Without going into a whole lot of detail, it was a very unhappy childhood. Outside of my parents, when it was just my parents and I was in bliss. I was in heaven. But my parents, I don't think, realized what was going on under the covers. It's not like they talked to me or did the things they did in front of my parents. It was always off and alone, or when my parents would leave me with them for babysitting or something to that effect. And I never told because they were um, an authority figure to me. They were my older brothers and sisters. My oldest one passed away recently and was in his 70s, and I am 54. So some of them were much older than me, are much older than me. And some of them were only 13 years older than me. My 13-year older than me sister and I were very close. My 14 or 15-year older sister than me and I are pretty close. So it wasn't them, but I had 6 siblings. So it could get really ugly when I was young. So I had a hard time with that. And so I grew up already not trusting people with abandonment issues, because when your family kind of leaves you behind or doesn't want you, you feel abandoned. And so I grew up with a few issues. And trust is the one I have left that hasn't left me. Um, trust and the need to please people. I have this need to please people or take care of others. And so those two things together all equal trust. You know, the need to please someone means you don't trust them enough to stay with you just because they say they love you. You need them to accept everything about you. Accept me. Look, I'm doing exactly what you want. You love me now, kind of thing. And I don't want to be that person. And I'm not that pathetic, trust me. But I do have those issues, and I need to work on them. Now, I cannot write out a simple number 5 goal that says trust people, because it's not going to happen. I'm going to just let myself down. So I can't put trust people. But what I can put and what I will put is self work. So number 5 is going to be self work. Now, for me, that's shadow work. And I do that with my journal. I delve into myself. I've gotten rid of so many things that were left over from my childhood by going into myself with my journal and just working it out. And that's what I need to do with this one. And this one is been the hardest for me because it involves the biggest word, which is forgive. And I'll be honest with you, I'm very angry, and forgiving is difficult for me. So through shadow work, I need to forgive. So that is my number 5 goal. Shadow work, forgive. So now I have 5 goals. I'm going to put this with the other ones. We went from this, which is all the categories of life, to our letter of our true life that we know we can have, this way. Oh no, I had it right, this way. Our true life letter, to the goals I need for each step, which is what we started with today, the goals I need for each step, and then to breaking it down, we're breaking it down here, to the final thing, which is 5 goals. 5 goals. That's it. If you can believe it or you can't believe it, do the work. But you'll see, I am going to go from this 2-sided full life plan to this 5 goals. And I guarantee you, if you do this, those 5 goals will get you where you need to be. Now, I'm not telling you if you have these 5 goals and you stick with them, you're going to end up with that life without doing a little extra work, because we already talked about the fact that they change and evolve. So what works today, you may find out you've filled out this paper and you've got your goals set up. Excuse me, my eye has got something in it. You've filled out this paper and you've got your goals set up, but for some reason it's not working. You're going to go back and you're going to look at your dedication and you're going to figure out why you're not dedicated. You're not going to beat yourselves up. We're not going to beat ourselves up. We're going to go back. We're going to figure out why we're not dedicated. Why is this not working for me? And we're going to snork it and twist it until it does work for us. So I'm not telling you by next week you're going to have this life, but I am telling you that by next week you will be well on your way to having that life. And you can give yourself time goals, and that's where that comes in. So the next thing you're going to do is take that sheet that has your 5 goals on it, and you're going to say, okay, for me, I need that job yesterday, so I'm going to sell that massager. So I'm going to write on here, by today's Monday, the weekend, by the weekend. That's what that says. Sell the massager by the weekend. My next goal is keep a routine. To keep a routine, you have to write a routine. We know that. That was our first step. So we're going to keep that routine by writing it. And I'm going to say, I've already done mine, guys. But I'm going to say, if I were you, I'd give myself till Friday to get that routine written out and started. So I'm going to say by Friday. Today is Monday. That gives you 5 days to get it figured out and start working on it. So that's going to be by Friday. Go through everything. And the reason I said by Friday on my own is because, yes, I've written that out, and yes, I did it this morning, but that was my first day, was this morning. So I need to work on that the rest of this week and see if I need to tweak it or if it's going to work for me. And I'm not going to let myself down if I have to tweak it. Remember that. So the next one here is go through everything. I should have wrote as it comes. And I'm going to make a line down here, and I'm going to go like this and add a little something to that, because it all has to be out by next week, and it's obvious I'm not going to be able to go through every little thing. Sorry. As it comes into the house. So I will have to go through it at the times when I can go through it, because it's all going to be here by next weekend. I mean, all of it. And you don't understand, but there's a lot. 2 households worth of stuff. So how will I manage that? I'm going to give myself a time limit to get through all of those boxes so that I don't throw them in a storage room or a storage unit or somewhere and not do it. So I'm going to give myself, I'm going to be generous, because I have other things going on as well, not just that. And I'm going to give myself until February 14th. I'll tell you why I picked that in a second. 2020. By February 14th, 2020. In the camera, please, Candy. Okay. Go through everything as it comes by February 14th, 2020. And then I'm going to wipe out the as it comes, because there's no way I can do that. So go through everything by February 14th, 2020. The reason I picked that date is because we are going to see Marty Haggard, who is Merle Haggard's son, who is a very famous one of my very favorite old country singers. I'm talking old country, 60s, 50s, and 60s, and in there. That's my favorite music, other than witchy music. And so I made a line to come down here because I wanted to write it better. So go through everything by 2/14/2020. Okay. And I'm going to rewrite these on a nice sheet in my journal so it'll look good. So the next one is take a walk after dinner every night for Rosie. And I'm going to put, today is the 8th, 7th. Today is the 7th, right? Are we on the 7th or the 6th? I can't. We are on the 6th. Tomorrow is the 7th. I am going to put 1/7/2020. By 1/7/2020. I want to start that by tomorrow. My goal is to start it tonight, but I have like an overwhelming amount of things to get done today. So I'm not going to set myself up to fail and I put tomorrow, but I bet I do it tonight. Self-work or shadow work and forgiveness, I am not going to put a deadline on. And the reason I'm not going to do that is because I think I would set myself up to fail. It is not going to be easy. Shadow work is very hard. Self-work is very hard and it's draining. And I just don't think I'm going to be able to do that. So I took that off. I mean, I'm not going to put one on there. So now I have my 1 through 5 goals and a time frame to get them done, to start doing them. Once I start doing them, I'm going to tell you how to stick with them. Next session. We're going to do one more session and I will tell you how to stick with them. Now, real quick before we go, I need to check my notes to make sure I haven't forgotten anything important because I didn't even look at them this morning. Okay. Remember to light your candle or your lantern before you start this work. Remember to invite, thank you, Leanne, to invite your ancestors or your deities or your guides or all in to help you because you can use all the help you can get. And remember, they'll evolve and change as they go. Go over it as many times as you need to in order to get all of the goals. Don't miss any. Go through that letter as many times as you need to get all the goals. Don't miss any. And I'll be honest with you, I did it this morning. Man, split. I did it this morning and I kind of hurried because I wanted to be sure I had it done for you guys. So the honesty of it is I'm going to go back over that and make sure I didn't miss anything because it's really important to me that I reach that life. That true life is my life. I want to live that life. I don't want to. I'm going to. I'm going to live that life. So I want to be sure I didn't miss anything. So I'm going to go back over it. And you guys should do the same. When you're done, go back over your true life, read it really good, and point out to yourself what it is you need to do each thing and have you got it all written down. I think that's all I needed to cover today. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Okay, no, that's it. So what we did was real quick. We took our letter, our paper that is our life, our true life. We wrote from that letter everything we wanted whether it was an item or a, a job or whatever it was. We took every one of those and we wrote them down, and then we wrote what we needed after that to achieve it. Okay, so we've already done our goals twice. We knew what our goals were from here. We wrote them down, and then we wrote what do we have to do to achieve them. 90% of mine are job. Yours will have a reoccurring thing, I promise. Once we did that, then we listed the main things that needed to be taken care of. What could we put each thing under? What category? You may have 15 of these. I don't know. I ended up with only 5. But it's okay. It doesn't matter if you've got 400, as long as there's stuff you can break down so that you can reach it. That is the goal here. We are taking these huge goals of get a job. Somebody says to me, get a job. The first thing I think is, I can't do it right now. I can't handle it. I'm doing this move. I'm doing all this other stuff. I cannot handle getting a job. But if somebody says to me, you can have a driver's license to get a job if you sell that massager, all of a sudden I'm like, I can sell that massager. I'll have that sucker on Marketplace first thing. It's broken down. It's nothing. It's something I can handle. It's not overwhelming. It's not too much. Easy to do. So that's the next thing. The last thing we did was come up with those exact goals instead of, we came up with ideas here, but then we wrote the exact goals down, and I have 5 exact goals. Those 5 exact goals are going to bring me here. I know it doesn't sound like it. I know it sounds like that dream is too big for those 5 goals to bring you to that place. But I'm going to read my letter to you one last time. Are your goals and to-dos treated all the same, or do you have categories like responsibilities, adulting, urgent, what to do, things that can wait? Oh, my to-do list? My to-do list actually is this. I use this all the time, and I try to find them when I run out. It says do it now, and I list it here. And whatever I don't finish here, I put over to do it later. If there's something that, like, honestly, right now, I need to move things over already because there are things that I shouldn't be doing today anyway, like my altar and outside area. And then what I do is tomorrow when I get up, I'll look at this and I'll see what's over here, and then I'll transfer it. Thank you. I'll transfer it to the first category on this one, or the first category and the do it later on this side. And that's the sheets that I use. I found them at an old dollar store and fell in love with them. They work really well for me when I don't have the tablet. That's how I make my to-do list out. Do it now or do it later. And I always give myself a finish time that it has to be done, but that's usually mentally. I don't normally write it down, but I know it has to be done by this time. So that's kind of how I do mine. But I understand the whole category thing. It's just a little too time consuming for me to do it that way. There's a little gnat buzzing around. It's too time consuming for me, and what I find is that I won't do it if I have to do too much to it. If I can just write it down and move on, I'm good. But if I have to do too much to it or categorize it or spend too much time on it, I won't do it. So I just make a to-do list for now and then move it over. So I'm going to read you my dream life one more time. I know I've already read it to you, but the reason I want to read it to you is I want you to see how extensive it is and how it broke down into 5 goals. So I'm going to do that real quick. In my clean home full of plants, I have curtains on all the windows, a working washer and dryer, but also a clothesline because I like hanging out plants and the way it smells. I have fires and wine often. Our yard is well manicured. We have a visiting, reading, and piano area in our living room. We barbecue often. I enjoy my gardening benches, bistro table, and porch swing. I love my outdoor workings area with all the lattice. We can watch cable shows or use the internet anytime. My hair is getting very long and I love the gray. I'm physically more active and down to 180 pounds. I have finally gotten clothes that fit and carry on a great hygiene routine. I've stopped smoking and breathe with ease now. I love my job at the store as a storage property manager, and I love having clients on the side. I have new friends that are perfect for me and my family. I'm not always striving for approval because I love myself as is. I take my medication daily, keep all of my medical appointments, and have no negative thoughts of myself. When I do, I correct them immediately. We hold parties and enjoy the company of our friends in our home. Our bar stools offer extra seating for all of our new friends. Spiritually, I am in tune with myself, my goddess, and my YouTube family's needs from me. I'm happy with my daily magical workings, and I'm always full of ideas. My herbal collection is always growing, and my journal is still my best friend. I get to utilize my outdoor altar and workings area daily if I want. I am happy, satisfied, stable, and dedicated. I am a happy, satisfied, stable, and dedicated person. I am positive at all costs, and I make a good friend. My relationship with my buddy is stronger than ever, completely satisfying to us both on every level. My relationship with my children and grandchildren, true or adopted, is amazing and close. We are all there for each other at all costs. My relationship with my YouTube family is fulfilling and growing daily. My life is so perfect, I need nothing, and I could not feel more complete. So that was my letter. And those 5 goals are going to get me there. Will I have to tweak and change things? Sure, I will. Of course, I will. But you see now how easy that is. Oh, perfect, Leanne. Yeah, that's perfect. Dollarama. Okay. I'm going to have to keep that in mind and look for those because that would be just as good as this for me. Um, so you can see it's really detailed. I asked you to do it as detailed as you possibly can. I put all the details in of things I wanted in my home, my piano, my plant, my bar stools, a porch swing. I put all those details in here as if they are. Oh, thank you, Leanne. As if they already are. This is already my life. That's how I want to project it. It's already my life. And then I broke that down into 5 goals. And I did notice I missed one. And that's why I told you, please, when you're done, go back and read your letter again, your true life letter. Read it again because you may miss something. And I did. I did miss something. I can't remember off my head what it is, but it's here or there. Um, yeah, I don't remember what it was exactly off the top of my head. It was before that. We've decided we don't want cable. We do want internet, but we don't want cable. So I could tweak that. Yeah, I don't remember what it was, but I did forget something. I don't know. I don't know, but again, it's something I still have to work on. We all have to keep working on it. Brand name Studio Media called the cover to-do list. Called on the oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Where's my little note papers at? There we go. Studio Media to-do list. Perfect. Thank you, Leanne. I will definitely look for those because I think I'm out of these. I think this is my last tablet of these. My last one. This one goes here and this one goes here. So you will notice that I took my pages out of my journal, which, by the way, are you guys doing your daily gratitudes? Don't forget your daily gratitudes. It's very important that you are grateful for what you already have when you are working with the law of attraction. And you are working with the law of attraction. You've written your letter as though it is because you're drawing that to yourself. You're making your daily gratitude because you're drawing that the good to yourself by giving you can't get anything else if you're not grateful for what you have. It's just how the law of attraction works. So be doing your gratitudes every day, please. I think, Michelle, is probably the same as our Dollar General. That's what I'm assuming. But it's in Canada. But that's kind of what I think. That's where I'm going to look, is Dollar General and Family Dollar. We have a Family Dollar here too. So, okay. Does anybody have any questions, any comments, anything? Please, please, please. Oh, that's cool. That's cool, Leanne. That is very cool. I hope I explained everything in a way everybody gets it good. And didn't leave anybody in the dark or wondering how they're supposed to get from point A to point B. I hope I did. How did you write that letter? My God, it's so good. You know, I'm gonna show you how I wrote it, because you might have missed that one, but this is how I wrote it. You're so welcome, Ricky. How are you feeling? Oh, how are you feeling, Ricky? I'm anxious. I'm so anxious to hear how well you're doing. Thank you so much, Karen. I'm so glad. I am going to re-explain how I got to the letter, though. But I want to hear how Ricky's doing. I'm so very hopeful right now. Oh, okay, Marge. Okay, I'm gonna show you how I got to that letter. But I am waiting. I just want to hear how Ricky's feeling now that she's used her oil. Yes, Michelle. Yes, it would work exactly the same. Okay, are you feeling any better at all as far as pain goes? You're feeling like getting up, so that's a good thing. So Leanne, there are 7 categories to, or I call them dimensions, seven dimensions to life, to have a whole and complete life. And I'll list those real quick for you if you want to write them down. The first one is lifestyle. Excuse me. The second one is physical. Let me know in a few. Okay, perfect, Ricky. Thank you. The next one is social. So we have lifestyle, physical, social. The next one is emotional. So lifestyle, physical, social, emotional, psychological. Oh, yay, Ricky. I'm so excited. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm going to stay on here until I hear back. I am. Um, and then see, psychological, and then environmental, which is, of course, your surroundings, your home, your rooms, your yard, your, hell, it can even go as big as your city or your location, but your environment, your environmental, and then spiritual. Oh, that's the part I missed. I missed on my goal sheet my magical things. That's what I missed. Yay, I remembered. Okay. Okay, and then once you have all those listed, you're going to list them out like this. So I have lifestyle, physical, social, emotional, psychological, environmental, and spiritual. And then under them, You're going to list the parts of your life or things that you need to work on for each category. 7 dimensions: physical, social, emotional, psychological, environmental, and spiritual. Perfect. And then, so you're going to write them out like that with a header. And then under each one, you're going to list what you need to work on in that category, or what it is you want to achieve. So it's what you want to achieve. So for lifestyle, I want to have a cleaner lifestyle. That's why my list started off as in my clean home. I want a morning and evening routine under lifestyle. I want to be gardening again under lifestyle. I want a running car under lifestyle, a license, and a job. Those are all went under lifestyle for me. It's great to keep balance. It really is. It really is. And then under physical, I want to weigh 180 pounds. I want my hair to be long. I want to wear tighter clothes because my clothes all fall off me. And just for those of you who know, Deb is Stormy Knight. She gave me a tip that if I search Google for exchange sites, people who have had this, oh, love you, Karen, please have a good one. The pain is less. Oh, Ricky, I'm so happy to hear that. Now listen to me real quick. I'm sorry, I'm going off subject, guys. You can get that in higher milligrams, but not for that price. And you don't have to take as much if you get higher milligrams. But I'm telling you, if it doesn't help immensely, if you're not really feeling a difference, do 3 more. It will not hurt you. You cannot be harmed by it, okay? You cannot OD on CBD oil. And I'm so happy to hear it's working for you a little bit, at least some. And I love you to pieces, Ricky. Thank you so much. So my friend Stormy, her name is Deb. She told me about a place, a way to search for places that do, you're so welcome, Ricky, that do clothes exchange for people who's had these surgeries, these weight loss surgeries. So you can actually exchange your size clothes for smaller ones or larger ones, or, you know, whatever, because there are people who have this surgery and get really down. You know, I have known people who had this surgery and got to like 115 pounds. So they're going to have clothes that'll fit me because they're too big for them. So they'll send them in. And then I'll take my clothes that don't fit and I'll send those in and we can exchange clothes. Stormy's here. Oh my God. Debbie. I just jumped in right on time. You sure did, girl. I was just talking about it. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. I'm trying to fix this here. There we go. Anyway, yeah, so as far as that goes, and my clothes being tighter, that's how I'm going to do that. And I didn't include that in my letter, so I need to fix that. I did say I have tighter clothes. Oh yes, I did, but I didn't include it in my goals. That's what it is. So that needs to go in my goals. Okay. Okay, so also, Leanne, under physical, I have stopped smoking, which I included in my letter. I'm a walker. I'm someone who takes walks, included in my letter. And my hygiene routine, I listed on here, but you don't really have to do that. But I wanted to remind myself of the things I wanted to do daily. I want to use my lotion daily. I want to work on my feet and toes daily. And I want to start wearing makeup daily because I quit doing that. And I want to, just the things that I want to work out, I put in a little box of hygiene. Look at that. So that I would know. And then under that, I'm done. Actually, that's it for physical. Under social, I put trust and more friends. And that's in my letter. I'm at work. I can't stay long. Hi, everyone. I love you, Deb. I love you so much. We're going to have to chat soon. Once I get all this moving done, I'll have some time and we can actually sit and have a visit. I miss you. So under emotional, I put I'm not so needy and I don't have acceptance needs by other people. We discussed that. And I trust more. Get your formula under 7. Put what you want, then write a letter of all 7 as if they happened or are happening. There you go. That's exactly it. So that is why my letter sounds like that, is because I took all of these categories and I made my letter, my life, my true life, not dream life. Remember, if it's a dream life, it's not real. But I made my true life out of all these categories. And so if it sounds amazing, it's just because I knew exactly what I wanted, where I wanted to be, how I wanted to be, and I wrote it all down as if it already is. And by doing that, I'm sorry, my nose is itching, my eyes are itching. By doing that, I got this incredible letter that just, when I was done, I read this letter and I went, I cried. I cried because the letter was so much what I want to be and how I want to be. And so I totally, totally, totally cried because I couldn't believe that life was going to be mine. And so I hope it does the same thing for you guys. I hope when you do it, it does the same thing for you guys, that it just makes you go, I cannot believe that's my life. And that's how you got to look at it. Not like that could be my life. You need to look at it as the law of attraction would have you look at it, which is, I can't believe that's my life. And to this minute, even though I've worked on it for these days that I've worked on, I still can't believe that's my life, but I sure do love it. I can't tell you how much I love it. It's amazing. And it's gonna just keep getting better from here because I've got it figured out. And so anyway, I'm gonna let you guys go. So sorry I wasn't here on time. Oh, Heather, don't worry. I was talking about you. Today, Heather, you asked me a few weeks ago, a couple of weeks ago or something. Oh, don't worry about it, darling. You can watch it back. But you asked me, ouch, I just hurt my nail. What if we don't know what we want? I love you too, Heather. Candy, how do you deal with others in your letter? I explained all my relationships and how they would be. My relationship with my buddy, who is my husband, I call him my buddy, is stronger than ever, completely satisfying to us both on every level. Is that what you mean, Marge? Like, do you have my husband? Can you have my husband? Keep his clothes in the laundry basket. I see what you're saying. Yes, because you can manifest. But I will be honest with you, controlling another human is probably not going to work. And you may be letting yourself down. And if you write it in there and it doesn't work, don't feel let down, okay? Because you can't control another human. But I totally get what you're saying. Can he please pick his damn dirty socks up off the floor and throw them in the freaking basket? I manifest this in my letter. That's awesome. Anyway, you asked me, Heather, how do we know what we want if we don't know what we want? And we just went through exactly how you'll know what you want. But from my letter that I know you heard last week because you were here, I got 5 goals. That's all I had to end up with. And I'm actually going to have to add 2 because there's a space I left out in there. But nonetheless, my 5 goals added up to this. To get me from where I'm at right now to my true life, my 5 goals are: sell the massager by the weekend, keep a routine daily by Friday, go through everything by February 14th, 2020 to decide what to sell. 4 is take a walk after dinner for Rosie because she needs to be walking. She has hip issues and so on and needs to be walking. And number 5 was self-work and shadow work to work on my forgiveness. And that's fine. That's fine, Heather. And those are my 5 goals to get me to my list. Now, I'll explain, you'll see that I explained a million times how you really do have to tweak and rework it here and there. It's always evolving and changing. But those 5 goals are going to get me to my new life, my true life. And I'm really excited that we got this far. I'm excited that you guys stuck with me. I can't wait to hear how your goals look. I think we should meet again. It's not in the program for us to meet again. You do not have to share anything, but let me just get a head count of, do you guys want to share? Does anyone want to share how many goals they had, for instance, or if they feel it's attainable, or if it worked out for them, or maybe check back in case they have questions, that kind of thing. Would you guys like to meet one more time? And first of all, and second of all, in the very top of this chat, I put my email, but I'll put it again as soon as I, actually, I'm just going to put it right now. It's going to take me a minute though. Oh, so you guys let me know what you want to do. We can meet like, I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time typing and talking. I'm a little slow. We could meet at 1 o'clock, say. That's my email. If anybody needs anything, has any questions, please, please, please write me, text, email me. I will get right back to you as soon as I get it, I promise. And I get announcements on my phone. Anyway, yes, everybody wants to meet. I'm a little slow too. So let's say, how much time do you think you guys need? Do you want to meet, say, Wednesday, or is that too soon? Today's Monday. So is Wednesday too soon? It might be a little too soon. Wednesday or Friday? I'm going to let you guys decide by majority rules. Wednesday at 1 or Friday at 1. Wednesday might be difficult for me, to be quite honest. Friday on Heather. Okay, anybody else? I mean, I can do it. I can tweak my schedule, but I'm kind of wide open, but I need to know what you guys think. Okay, Friday. Okay, let's do Friday then. That's 3 out of 5 of you. Oh, there's 7. I need a couple more people to tell me Wednesday or Friday. I think Friday works best for me, to be honest. Wednesday, we're going to be running to storage. So yes, I could take a minute in the middle to come in and do this, but it would have to be a real quick minute. And I don't like that. I like hanging with you guys and visiting and chatting and, you know, getting to really connect. And I can't do that if we're in a rush. So I think Friday's good. Let's do Friday at 1 o'clock Central Time. And we'll go over everything, see how everybody's doing. Friday, maybe. Okay, Michelle. And if you guys don't want to share on the channel, you're more than welcome to share with me if you want to in an email or on my Facebook Messenger. Any way you have to get a hold of me, it's all listed in my info in my about page in YouTube. But if you want to get a hold of me, just let me know any way you have the ability to do so. I put the email in the chat, and we can talk about it privately if you'd rather. And if you don't want to share with anybody, don't. It's yours. It's your life. It's your goals. It's your, you own it. It's yours. You don't have to share with anyone. But if you want to, we'll be here Friday at 1 o'clock. Okay, I better let you guys go. I bet my husband is wanting something to eat, or at least probably snacky, and I'll have to dig him something out. So I'm going to let you guys go. I love you dearly. Thank you so much for showing up. It was awesome to hang out. I'm so excited to hear how everything goes for everybody. I'm really excited. I got down to 5 goals. I know I'm probably going to have more like 7, but hell, from 42, was it 42, you guys? 41. From 41 things that needed to change or be taken care of. Yes, ma'am, Leanne. I love you too. I love you so much. I got 5 to 7, maybe 8 goals. That is big deal. That is kick ass. I'm very excited. I'm so excited. Okay. Remember, you guys, you're divine and sacred beings of light and love. I love each and every one of you. You know that. You better know that. And I will talk to you on Friday at 1 o'clock. Please have a great afternoon. I'll see you guys soon. You're so welcome, Ricky. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you all. Got to go back up here to do my thing. There we go. Okay. Okay, guys. I'm going to let you go now if I can get this thing to work. It doesn't want to, of course. There we go. Okay. Last time I tried to hang up, it did the same thing. I don't know if you remember. Hug you, Heather. Love you. Love you, Michelle. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.